Warhammer 40K Darktide is really actually coming out on September 13th, making it one of the few next-gen Xbox exclusives that Series X owners have to look forward to this fall. As such, it is quite likely to benefit from the extra attention from Xbox gamers starved for fresh content. After playing through one of this Warhammer meets Left 4 Dead mashup's dozen 4-player co-op missions, I'm pleased to report that Darktide looks set to be both worthy of that attention and approachable to players both familiar with and new to Warhammer and/or anyone who's played Vermintide 2. The mission I played took 30 minutes to complete and was set in a tank factory, though the developers at Fat Shark told me that most of the other missions are set in different areas of the hive, allowing for plenty of environmental variety. The fantasy-kissed steel mill looks serve this stage well, though, thanks to impressive texture detail, distinct player character models, and a frame rate that held 60 on the PC build I played even as hordes of monsters poured into the combat encounter. I'm not kidding about the distinct character models. Each player is unique. I tend to favor tanks in class-based games, so I felt right at home in the boots of the Ogryn, a hulking brute who literally towered over not just most of the bad guys, but also my fellow heroes as well. He wields a massive combat knife I use to cut down swaths of bad guys. And his special move is a bull rush, whereby he sticks his arm out like a running back, stiff-arming his way through a secondary, knocking any enemy in his path aside like a bowling pin. But the Ogryn's not limited to melee attacks. He's also got the Warhammer equivalent of a riot shotgun. And each class has their own unique weapons and abilities. In fact, Fat Shark told me that each class has 5 to 7 unique weapon types available to them in both melee and ranged flavors. You'll earn new ones when you level up, though you can also purchase them with credits earned within the game. Each weapon has swappable parts too via a crafting system. And talent trees allow for character progression that carries over from match to match, giving you a reason to keep coming back for more of the procedurally generated combat scenarios within Darktide's dozen missions. Overall, combat was quite enjoyable. My teammates and I were repeatedly cautioned by the Fat Shark developers to stick together, and it's easy to see why. Not only can dozens of enemies come barreling out of nowhere at you at any moment, but occasionally larger, stronger, and tougher mini-boss encounters do too. I saw a shielded Ogryn who proved to be an effective counter to my slow, lumbering brute because I couldn't get around to attack him from behind very quickly, and my combat knife just bounced off his massive shield when attempting to attack from the front. Meanwhile, mid-mission objectives like having to power up reactor cores freshened up the action by forcing you to stop, anchor down, and protect an objective while enemies swarmed at you. I appreciated the little mini-games tied to these otherwise rudimentary moments, as sometimes you'd have to do a quick icon-matching puzzle before you can proceed, all while you're getting, you guessed it, flanked from all sides. Unfortunately, Fat Shark did tell me that there's no cross-play at launch, so Xbox Series X and S players won't be able to team up with their friends on PC. Perhaps that feature will be added in the future, but after a half hour of diving headfirst into the 4-player mayhem of Darktide, I have little doubt that Xbox fans won't have any trouble finding a good match. For more on Warhammer 40K Darktide, check out the new extended gameplay trailer, and for everything else in the world of video games, stick with IGN.